And we're back. Hey, good morning, everybody. Mark Finan here in the home weather office. It is Wednesday morning. It's now the 24th day of September, 2024. And this is the morning briefing. Yep, back from vacation, well rested. And what an interesting day we're going to be seeing here during the day today. Let's actually take a look outside and see what it looks like. So this is what I'm looking at out the window from the home weather office. As you can see, the trees are moving. There's a nice breeze. Yesterday, pretty warm day with some areas around 100 degrees, other areas upper 90s, but with that breeze moving this morning, and more importantly, the clouds moving in, it is going to be a different day. And we are going to be talking about the chance of showers. We're going to be talking about the chance of thunderstorms, as well as the possibility of maybe some lightning as well. So a lot to get through this morning. But as they say, you can't really see where you're going unless you really realize where you have been. And since I have been away for a while, let me take a look at where we have been. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking a look at the National Weather Service page. And these are the high temperatures and low temperatures that we have seen so far this month. You may remember that somewhere back before I went on vacation, I said, we're done with 100s. But I also said I was going out on a limb for that. Well, we did do a 99 yesterday, and I think we had another 99 on the 17th. So I'm still good. We didn't hit 100, only 99. And actually, we are going to be seeing some cooler weather ahead. Satellite looks great this morning. Here is the low, and look at the clouds spinning up from the south. And so in areas north of Sacramento, there's still blue sky. Areas around Tahoe and Truckee, still blue sky, and in the eastern Sierra as well. However, down south, we are seeing this low spin around, and this low is going to be sticking around for a little while, helping to provide clouds, showers, and a little bit of instability. And let me show you the way that looks at 500 millibars. Here's that low as represented on the GFS. And as you can see, it comes up to the north and just kind of sits and spins around during the night tonight and early tomorrow morning before it gets kicked out. But yeah, it's this low that is going to be spinning up this moisture that we're looking at right here. And gradually it's going to make its way farther to the north. Let me take a look at the radar this morning. Nope, not that one. Where is my radar view? Here's my radar view. There we go. So as you can see on the radar, we do have rain already in many areas a little bit to the south. So Selena's showing some rain. Once again, a lot of ground clutter. These are the windmills near Rio Vista. These are windmills near the Altamont Pass. And also, look at all this ground clutter. Look at all of that. Well, we know it's not raining here in Grass Valley because, well, the skies are clear. So yeah, just a lot of ground clutter there. The other thing we can do here is take a look at the different radars, because this is how it looks from the radar near Davis. Let's take a look at the radar from Monterey, the Monterey office, if you will. And as you can see, it looks similar. Let's put that into motion. However, you see this line right here? This is when the radar side, let me go here. So the radar is right here, and there's obviously something blocking the radar. So the radar beam can't go out here. We see the same thing coming out of Beale, the Beale radar as well. So if you ever see that, there's just something in the way of the radar beam. That doesn't mean it's not raining there. The radar out of Hanford, also showing quite a bit of activity. Lightning here as well. And if we go a little bit farther south to the radar out of Vandenberg, it also shows rain in this same area. But let's go back up to the Davis radar. And nothing going on in terms of rain just yet. And again, this is all ground clutter here. And all of this is moving up from the south. So let's get rid of the radar and go back to the satellite. And so again, you can see that motion here. If I zoom in on it a little bit more, just as the sun's coming up, this may take another second to load. So with this in mind, with clouds coming in and with more of a breeze today, I don't know why this takes so long to load, we of course are looking at the possibility of some rain. All right, here we go. That looks beautiful, doesn't it? So yeah, here's Tahoe, clear. And as I showed you on the radar was showing you activity here, but we have clear skies here. So just a lot of ground clutter this morning there. Little buildups here. You can see the shadows of the clouds here. So buildups, and that's where we're seeing some of the lightning, and lightning may be an issue later on today. So let's go to the HRRR, the 12Z HRRR. And this is getting into this afternoon. This is at 5 o'clock, showing scattered showers and maybe even thunderstorms here, especially around Sacramento and toward Fairfield, as well as maybe a bank here along Highway 49. And then into tonight, into the Bay Area. And with this offshore flow and all this moisture in the air, it might feel a little humid. This is early tomorrow morning, 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, so maybe more nocturnal thunderstorms in places like Grass Valley and Auburn, and maybe Placerville, and certainly around Tahoe and Truckee. And then during the day tomorrow, everything dissipates for the valley, and then we'll see the activity a little bit farther to the east. That's the way the HRRR shows it. Let me show you the way the NAM nest shows it, the high-resolution NAM. Very similar. This is at 5 o'clock today. Scattered showers, maybe thunderstorms here, but not much in the way of accumulation. This is simulated reflectivity. I would expect that if we do get some rain here, it would be less than 1/10 of an inch of rain, and many areas will miss it completely. But the possibility of thunderstorms, certainly, and this is during the overnight hours. This is 3 o'clock in the morning, and then this is around 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Looks a little bit different than the HRRR, but as we get into tomorrow afternoon, the activity is about what you would expect, more into the Sierra as that low kicks farther to the east. All right, let's go back to the big picture here at 500 millibars. So here's that low. And so let's talk about what's going to happen beyond today and tomorrow. We get into more of a ridge, which means we're going to have some nicer weather as we head into Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But then another trough comes our way. Look at this. Nice deep trough. This is next Tuesday. Also another diminishing tropical storm here, which may feed into Southern California right here. But that's all next week, a week away. But this pattern right here, let me back up a couple right here. Let's see what that does. So let's go to the GFS and see what that does. That's Saturday, Sunday. This is Monday. Much cooler weather. And this is Monday night. And into Tuesday, a possibility of real rain. Showers, perhaps. We'll see if that actually pans out. But yeah, regardless, it does look as though we may be seeing the chance of some activity next week. So we'll see how that works out. But in the meantime, today, cooler. So yesterday, kind of hot, upper 90s to around 100 degrees. Today, more like 80s to maybe low 90s, especially farther north. Into Tehama County, we're still likely going to see a very warm day today. It'll be cooler than yesterday, but without much cloud cover and without the breeze that we're seeing around Sacramento, Solano County, and San Joaquin County, you won't see the cooling farther north that you will farther to the south. And also the possibility of the showers and thunderstorms. We'll have to keep an eye on lightning. The good news here about lightning and the possibility of any lightning-started fires is that right now there is very little fire activity going on in the state, which means that if a fire does start, that CAL FIRE has all the resources to pounce on it. And that's sometimes the trouble you get, is if you have a lot of activity and then you get more fires starting, and then CAL FIRE gets stretched pretty thin. But when there isn't much going on, if something starts, they can hit it hard before it turns into something big. So if we get any fires started by lightning, let's put it this way: CAL FIRE is in the best position they can be to take action on something that may pop up. So that's everything I have for you this morning. However, I am going to put a link to a video a viewer sent yesterday. It's pretty funny. If you're a regular viewer, or even an irregular viewer, you may enjoy it. That's everything I have for you on this morning. Make it a great day. I'll talk with you later.